NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Miami Dolphins. Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And we are underway from Miami. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. 180! Watch the twist, watch the twist. Man.
Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. A give running right, Drake. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's see what you got.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on his first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Here we go, here we go.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Now the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Come on, set. 60 Pittsburgh.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, deep, man up.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. The throw taken in by Cole. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where he, their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up, because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the backer.
On play action, now Garoppolo. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air. because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
And he hits Drake. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area. But they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting. NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3, and this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over, and it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 47-yard line.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Let's go.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 2nd and 12, Locke. He completes this to Sutton. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Ready? 10 Lobo.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Hey, Delta.
50 Cent, Mike, 50 Cent. Watch the slant, watch the slant.
Hey.
57, look. Big stop, G. Big stop.
Side.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down.
Break.
57 is Mike. All right, watch the slant, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Recon, 152 fighter.
Tighten up.
Ready?
They go back to the ground now with Lindsey. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
You draw Corker.
They'll run here with Lindsey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Let's go. 18 Gator.
Bring it. Bring it.
Now.
Locke going to try and throw on 3rd down. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Third down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup. Locke going to bring the offense up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. First carry for Royce Freeman. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. We're scoreless after 1. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2, as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On 2nd down, here's Locke. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
The Broncos on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 6. On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Running, it's Drake. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 36-yard line.
Here we go. Like 20!
It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo. Open man, it's Preston Williams. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 27 yards there, a 1st down. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 37-yard line. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. Justin Simmons up from his safety spot to make the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Room here to run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Here we go. 180!
We own them. We own them.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Looking for the end zone. And all throw. It'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Get that quarterback. 64.
A run with Lindsey out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Set, ready? 90, Wolf.
Lock to throw on 2nd down. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of 2. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 45-yard line. And I guess, Charles, sometimes when you have a receiver well over 6 foot, you do that. Just put it up there, let him grab it, and he did.
And it certainly appears like a 50-50 ball, right? We always talk about that when both sides have a chance to get it, the receiver or the guy covering him. But I think the odds actually are in favor of the offense. They can see the ball coming oftentimes before the defender can get his head around. So I think that really goes to like 70-30, and they should be able to go up and get it most of the time.
And he got it there.
1st down, Broncos.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. Here's Freeman. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. And this is caught at the 8. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
He's taken out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Slam. Check 9.
Throwing his Lock on 3rd down. Throw left side complete. It's Grant. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Now, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here at half number 1. Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. A great return there of 22 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
Ready. 10-2 soft.
Strong right. Strong right.
Get it.
Clock now on 1st down. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Protein spill.
Check.
On 2nd down now, it's Lindsey. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. A 33-yarder from the left hash. The kick by McManus is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Short boot taken at the 21. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook.
That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Jakeem Grant, 67 yards. And the Broncos push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And around the goal line, especially on two-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
13.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Hey, exit.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. He finds Robinson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. The tackle made that time by Bryce Callahan.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
From the 45 on second down, Garoppolo. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
Whip.
Recon, 132 fighter. Get ready.
Now on 2nd and 13. Lock. He'll find Lindsey here.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here we go. 50, plant. You draw Porter.
I'm coming after you.
On 3rd down, Lindsey. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And all the way home for a Bronco score. Phillip Lindsey, 44 yards. And the Broncos turn that interception into a touchdown. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on 3rd down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, pick up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
Let's go, man.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Garoppolo now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. And yet again. It's Garoppolo. That's complete to Robinson. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to bring up a third down.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180!
56.
Lock!
Throwing now is Garoppolo. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Topper!
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. They'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. No gain on the play there. Second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. They'll go again with Lindsey. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2.
On the double.
57 to Mike. Watch the screen.
Greystone travel.
Switch.
Let go.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And they're going to get the first out here as he's up to the 14. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
X3, 218, chopper.
Check. Crunch. Watch safety creep. Safety creeping.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Lindsey. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. A give running right, Lindsey. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here we go, set. 90, Wolf.
Watch time. Tight end right. 3 down.
Let's go.
Locked to throw on 3rd and 1. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So now on comes the Dolphins offense as they'll try and go for 2 here. They'll try and run with Drake. And he'll find his way in for 2. And we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
Oh, definitely, because you got the lead, right? You take a good look up there and you say, okay, what do we need to do here? Well, you're not in full-out protect mode. You want to make sure you run it, throw it safe, take some time off, and eat it up.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Pull it hard. Jump. Big air.
Looking to throw on second down. Lock escapes the sack. But now he's swallowed up and taken down.
Like the footwork back there, and I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. The Broncos on third down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This will be 3rd and a mile. Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Let's go. 10 Lobo.
I got him.
5.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. This throw over the middle taken in by Cole. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
Down. 15 line. 15 line. 6.
Watch the run.
60 steps.
On first down, Drake. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now a give, right side. It's Hines. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Open man is Quinn, able to connect. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. That is caught by Williams for a Dolphins touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to pull a bit closer. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
They'll try and run with Drake. And they will get back to within 1 score as he is into the end zone, and the lead's cut to 8 here in the 4th. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Lock going to throw. And here he's got Graham. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that there's still attack.
Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. Look at the big man rumble. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they forced the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now, it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He'll want it.
From the 31, Locke. He'll try and run it. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now.
That's right. Even. 4 down. Even. Check.
2-jet bombers. 2-jet bombers. Ready?
Another run by Lindsey. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From midfield, here's Locke. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
He's crossing. He's checking crack. Switch.
On first down, Lindsey. Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Second and 7 at the Dolphins' 29-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Lindsey. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Ready up.
Mike 57. Mike 57. I'm here all day.
Go.
To throw is Locke. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Here we go.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Watch the slant.
Counter play, Drake. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Back to throw, Garoppolo. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really start to finish.
Hey, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Miami. Pulled in at the 24. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Xavier Howard. And what an effort on the final play of regulation. All zeros on the clock, and we are headed to OT. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, that allows your blitzers to get there.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
11. Smith! Topper!
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack there by Bradley Chubb.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Fielded just inside the 20. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On first down, right back to Lindsey. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. They'll break the huddle, send 3 receivers left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 5. Well, what can Locke do with his drive? He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Over 100 yards receiving for him now in the opener, and it's a 1st down. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 41. Here's a carry for the fullback. This is Andy Janovich. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd down. Locke. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. Oh, so close but incomplete. Could have been a big turnover in overtime if he'd held on. Instead, though, it's 4th down. A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down.
Watch the screen! Watch the screen! Watch the screen! Snap!
They'll go for it. It's Locke. It's complete to Grant. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a 1st down.
Here we go! X3! 218, chop!
They'll run on 1st down. Lindsey. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. But we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goal is from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So for the Broncos, they needed overtime to do it, but they get the Week 1 victory thanks to the field goal. And another road date awaits them next week as their opponents will be the Los Angeles Chargers. Meanwhile, for Miami, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And